The checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
Minister of Economy and Sustainable Development Levan Davitashvili declares that it's planned to start the construction of Khuduni hydropower plant in 2023. As the minister explained at the briefing held after the end of the government meeting, Khuduni hydropower plant will be built with the participation of the state. According to him, the government bought the Khuduni hydropower plant project from an investor and the auction will be announced next year. The government has approved an agreement on the purchase of Khuduni hydropower plant. Accordingly, an agreement was made with the investor company and the state took back the project, which will allow us to start implementing the project in 2023 with the active participation of the state. As a result, such an important large energy and strategic projects will be implemented with the active participation of the state of Georgia in the future. We made a deal with the investor company relating to 135 million USD. We had an international law firm involved in the drafting this settlement. Also, with their participation, communication took place between the parties, and I think that there are favorable conditions for Georgia, said Levan Davitashvili. Tbilisi City Hall has cancelled the contract with Mamison LLC, the company in charge of renovating metro station Gov't. Mayor Kaladze described it as a problematic, irresponsible company which delayed the process. Besides the delay, the company did not supply the essential papers. The requisite expertise has not yet been conducted. Commissioning procedures are underway and several flaws have been detected that must be addressed, he noted. The mayor went on to say that the City Hall would fix the faults. Sebastian Molinos, World Bank's regional director for South Caucasus, on Wednesday said Georgia ranked top among emerging markets and countries in terms of public finance management system, calling it undoubtedly a very impressive achievement. This is supported by other international studies such as the Open Financial Index, which places Georgia's top in the budget transparency, he continued. According to him, it's important that Georgia constantly improves the results. According to the 2022 Public Expenditure and Financial Accountability Global Report, Georgia ranks first among 59 countries in the globe with the continual progress of public finance management. Investors' interest in Georgia has increased due to the rearrangement of global transit lines. Investors are looking for warehousing infrastructure in order to transport goods through Georgia to Europe, Davit Bralidze, General Director of Poti Free Industrial Zone, told BMG. According to him, Free Industrial Zone infrastructure has become quite attractive for investors because the interest in Middle Corridor has increased significantly against the backdrop of the Russia-Ukraine war. As Bralidze explains, there is interest mainly from the CIS countries and Central Asia. Several European companies and businesses from neighboring Turkey also want to operate in the Free Industrial Zone. In Georgia, investors are looking for spaces where they can place their products, which will then be exported to Europe through ports and not only by land transport. I want to tell you that in our reality, this year has been one of the best. I mean, we have already registered more than 30 companies, although compared to the previous years we were focused on trade and service companies. This year it changed and we attracted industries or investors who invested money and created real infrastructure and deployed people, says Davit Bralidze. Minister of Economy and Sustainable Development Levan Davitashvili declares that the Prime Minister's visit to Saudi Arabia can be considered as a visit of special economic importance for Georgia. According to him, within the framework of the visit, a meeting was held between the Prime Minister of Georgia and the Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, during which many sectors of economic cooperation were discussed. We talked about different sectoral directions such as energy, trade, and there is a great potential for cooperation between two countries. I think that the visit had been very successful. A decision was made by Prime Minister to create working groups in different fields in order to get practical results from the visit. The visit should be tangible with concrete economic results, said Levan Davitashvili. Cooperation in the tourist sector was positively assessed at the meeting, which is also confirmed by the statistics. According to the data of 11 months 2022, 100,000 visitors arrived from Saudi Arabia, which was 100% more compared to the same period in 2021. The parties welcomed the deepening of cooperation in the field of tourism.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.